Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Miracles in the Mud. I just wanted to come on here today because I had a few people request that I share the dream that I had the night before I went and had those confirmations of Luna Classic and B&B Frog. And I asked the Lord, I prayed and I said, Lord, if you want me to share this dream, please give me some confirmation. And he gave me confirmation. So I'm going to go ahead and share the dream. I'll share the confirmations that he gave me after because they're really cool that I could share the dream. But I just wanted to share it real quick and explain like what my prayers were that night. So basically I had asked the Lord, I was like, God, what is the order of things? Like how is all this going to go down? Like what's going to happen first kind of thing. And then I also asked him when I woke up from that dream, I asked him, Lord, what coin is going to go first? And that's when I went into the city that day and I had all of those cool signs, the yellow and blue truck with the green frog driving it, got stuck in the mud, miracles in the mud, and miraculously got helped out by the characters in the book and stuff. And there was a bowl in the back of the blue truck, like just little things that only God could do to make it just so specific. And then the balloon, don't forget the balloon on the freeway. That was just mind blowing. But anyways, you guys will have to go and watch that video if you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's right here. But I asked the Lord, because I had some people ask me like, well, we mentioned the dream. What was the dream? And so after getting confirmation I could share it, here I am. So basically what happened is in the dream, I was looking for a job, which is really weird because in real life, I have asked the Lord if I'm supposed to get a job right now. And he has very, very clearly told me, no, do not get a job right now. Work on the things, build the things that I'm calling you to do. And that's what I've been doing. I've been being a good steward of what he's given me and he's been providing along the way. And so when I woke up from this dream, I knew that the Lord was, he was talking about something else. And in the dream, I also, like one of the things I had prayed before I had this dream too was, Lord, should I reach out to my landlord that I have and, you know, ask her what my final day is like here, like what's the exact date? Because she hasn't gotten back to me with an exact date. I put my 60 days in, but she hasn't given me like a real firm date on when she wants me out. And so I was asking the Lord about that. And I think what he was telling me in the dream is, no, I want you to wait. Because in the dream, I said, I was looking for a job. And I said, no, I'm not supposed to be looking for a job right now. I need to just wait on the Lord. I need to wait on the Lord. And in the dream, there was 2 job listings that I saw in the dream. And the first job listing paid $100 an hour. And I really wanted this job. Then the second job listing that I looked at was going to pay me $124 an hour. And the Lord was like, wait on me, don't make any moves, wait on me. That's what he told me in the dream. And so when I woke up, I was obviously like, okay, God, I already know I'm not supposed to get a job. So I asked you last night if I'm supposed to ask the landlord when my final date is. So this must be you responding to that because it's the only thing I could think of. And so, and I think, and you know, when I think of job, I think of putting work in, like taking action on something and doing it out of your own strength. You know what I mean? And the Lord specifically in the dream was like, no, wait, I told you to wait on me. Like that's literally what I heard in the dream was, no, I told you to wait on me. And so as I pondered this dream, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go look up these numbers and see what these numbers mean. And so the first number that I looked up was 100. And I'm going to put it right here. And 100 means abundance and richness. And the other word that caught my eye is it means bull rush. Okay. And so that was the first one. That was the first part of the dream, or the first job that I was going to apply for in the dream. The second job that I was going to apply for in the dream was 124. And I didn't remember this number when I woke up, but when I looked it up, I remembered this number. This was a number that the Lord had given me before, and I'll explain that in a minute. So number 124 means ruby or red, okay? And it also means Egyptian, Okay. And so this was the second job that I was going to apply for in the dream. And so God is showing an order of things. He's showing, first I was applying for abundance and richness and this bull rush. And then I was applying for the second job, which was Egyptian and ruby. Okay. And so for me, the Lord, when I woke up, I was like, the Lord is obviously putting things in order. He's showing me things in order, and he's telling me that I need to wait on him and not make any moves in my life and just trust him. Okay. And so the reason why 124 is so significant is because this is the number that the Lord gave me about a year and a half ago when he was starting to talk to me about the crypto crash that is happening, the Red Sea moment. So when you think of ruby and red, we think of the Red Sea moment, right? Or bloodshed or bloodbath, or in the markets, we know that red is like everything's red. That's not a good day for the markets. That's a bloodbath, right? And then when we think of Egyptian, we think of Pharaoh and we think of his army and obviously the Red Sea again. And so I truly believe that what the Lord was telling me in this dream is that because I asked him such a specific question the night before, that the Lord was showing me that we are going to see this richness, this abundance first. And it's going to be a bull rush, a play on words, bull rush, bull run. And then we're going to see second, this ruby red bloodbath, Red Sea moment where everything falls and we pick things back. We pick up God's people get the victory. And so, because I'm telling you guys, when the Lord gave me the number 124 2 years ago, and he's given it to me several times since then, he has always led me to the scriptures in regards to the Red Sea and that moment where there was a Red Sea moment. And so as I pondered this dream and I was asking the Lord, like, Lord, does this dream tie into the crypto crash dream that you gave me just recently with the grizzly bear, the bunnies, and all of that? And then it was like Marcus from Now Daily Bread. I'm sorry, not Marcus from Now Daily Bread. Sorry guys, Marcus from Walk This Way. Sorry guys. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. It's too many people to think about right now. Anyways, that's so funny. Sorry Marcus if you're watching this. Anyways, so Marcus had just posted a video that someone sent me about how God has been showing him honey a lot, okay? Honey. And then I remembered that Praise 02, someone had also sent me a video of Praise 02, how she had related Lunc with honey. And then I was just like, why didn't I think of this before? My dream that I had about the grizzly bear and the bunnies had to do, the revelation that the Lord gave me with that was that the liquidity, there was a lot of liquidity before the grizzly bear, which was this major crash, this big crash, that honey was already present, and that the little bunnies represented the little meme coins, okay? And so they were, in the dream, which you guys can go watch the video, there is an overabundance of honey, and people are gorging themselves on it in my dream. And then and the people that are gorging themselves in the dream are children. And when I think of children, I think the children of God, right? Because anytime I think of children, I think in a dream especially, I think if it's not really relevant to any other thing, I think of the children of God, okay? And so the children, it's like God's saying the children of God were gorging themselves on this liquidity, okay? This honey, this Lunc, okay? It could be Lunc that goes, and they're gorging themselves on Lunc. And then there's these little bunnies that are there, and those represent the little seed coins that pop off. And then the bear comes in, the little bear, and he starts slowly eating the bunnies, slowly eating, because people aren't pulling out their liquidity, and they're not putting their finances where they need to be. They're just delaying to do what God is calling them to do because they think they have time. And then this big grizzly bear comes in. First he eats the little bear, which I think what that represents is he's taking over. It's not just a small it's not just a red day anymore. It's turning into like liquidity is getting eaten up on every corner. And then the grizzly bear starts eating the bunnies, the meme coins, and then he starts eating the honey. And so in the dream, I am taking as much honey as I can, as fast as I can, and trying to get out. And so I think what that represents, now that I'm looking at all of this and God's given me a dream about the order of things and how we're going to see this richness first, right? This richness and this bull run first, that if people are overindulging on this honey and they're not getting things out and putting things into place where they're supposed to be, where the Lord has instructed them to, then they're going to be in trouble of this grizzly bear coming in, which is the second step, okay? The second part, which is the number 124 in my dream, where that was the second job I was applying for, was 124, and it paid 124, and the 124 meant Egyptian and red or ruby. And so I think that's what the Lord is saying, and I think he's just having me tell his people so that we can be ready to see this bull run, and we can be ready to see this this richness and this blessing, but we need to be ready to implement a plan for the next thing that's going to happen, which is this bloodbath, this Red Sea moment. And not be overindulging and just be getting drunk off honey kind of thing. And so the other interesting thing was, these were the signs that the Lord gave me that I was supposed to post this video to you guys. Okay. Number one, when I woke up yesterday morning, and I had asked the Lord prior to that if I should post this video, Lauren Atkinson posted a very specific word, and I only watched a little bit of it because of the title, and it goes along with what I'm actually saying right now, the revelation that the Lord gave me. But her title that really stuck out to me was the bull run and then the flush. And I thought rush, flush, I just was the Lord was doing a play on words with me, where it was he had just talked to me about this bull rush, right? And then after that, it was going to be the Red Sea moment. And that's exactly what that title is saying, is there's going to be a bull run and then there's going to be a flush. And that's exactly what the Lord was showing me. And so I was like, okay, God, that's my first confirmation. My second confirmation was that I had to work that day yesterday, and I was just minding my own business, waiting to get the call, because I do some property management stuff with a friend of mine, and I was waiting to figure out what property we were going to. And it was a property that I had gone to before, but I had never driven myself there before. And I was sitting waiting to hear where the address was, and my friend texted me, and he's like, we're going to be meeting at Ruby Hollow. And I was like, Ruby 124 Ruby? And he's like, yes. And then he told me some specifics about about how to get there. And one of the things that was specific about it was that you had to go somewhere where it was 11:11. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I have to get there through 11:11, and 11:11 means crossing over. And God gave me another dream right here about how my lotto ticket had 11:11 on it. And that was I was about to cash in my lotto ticket. And it was basically the Lord was saying, the wealth transfer is here. This is your ticket in. And so the Lord confirmed the Ruby with me and the 11:11 ticket with the wealth transfer yesterday. And then I was driving home, and I saw a truck that had a huge grizzly bear, and it was called the grizzly bear something. And I was going to take a picture, but I was on the freeway and it was just too dangerous. I couldn't reach my phone and stuff, but there was a truck that said grizzly bear on it. And then today, my bestie sends me a picture of a little tiny bunny, which I'll post right here. And this little bunny is the exact little bunny that was in my dream. Okay. And so the Lord is speaking. He's saying that this crash is imminent, and that we are about to get this bull run, this bull rush, but that we need to be prepared to set our affairs in order, so that when this takes place, we're not going to be like the ones that are eating and gorging on the honey and lose everything. Okay, so I would highly recommend that each and every one of you begin to prepare for this, and go to the Lord, go to the secret place, and ask the Lord what exactly your blueprints are. And that was something I kind of wanted to address, and I'm addressing this in love, is that a lot of people have been asking me for what my price points are and stuff like that. I know that there's a ton of videos out there that have price points on them, and I'm sure you've heard them, but I've heard them also. But for me, it's we have to be responsible with our walk with God, and we have to be mature sons and daughters, and we need to go and ask the Lord specifically what he wants us to do. And we also need to do it in a way that we have faith. So if God is giving you an unction, like something that's in your spirit and you're not quite sure on it, it says the just shall live by faith. And so we need to walk in faith, knowing that the Lord is going to take care of us. If he has called you to this, he's not going to abandon you in the wilderness. Okay. He's going to get you exactly the provision that he's called you to have for the things that he's called you to do. And so for everybody who's asking for price points, I personally don't give out price points. Okay. That's not what the Lord has called me to. All I can do is lead you back to the Father and just say, go and ask the Lord in faith and say, Lord, will you please, this is what I have. This is what I've decided to do. Is this what you're calling me to do? Is this okay, Lord? And I guarantee the Lord will answer you. Okay. It says in his word that, those that seek me with all their heart will find me. And so if you go and you ask the Lord a question in faith, knowing that he is God and he's faithful, he is going to tell you what you need to do. And you need to just, this is something that someone very important to me once told me. They said, when God tells you something, believe him. Because if God is telling you to do something and it's difficult or you don't understand it fully, and you don't want to do it, then you're not walking by faith. Like, faith is believing without seeing and knowing that God is sovereign and he's more than able to get you where you need to be. And so to everyone who asked me for price points, I would love to give you a price point, but that is not what the Lord has led me to do. And so please go back to the Lord and ask him exactly what your instructions are, and he will tell you. And so God bless everyone. I hope all this makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I'm kind of scatterbrained and I'm a little wild. I'm a Cali girl. I'm from Cali originally. And so I got that Valley girl life going. So, anyways, the joy of the Lord is my strength, and I pray that you guys are blessed by this and that the Lord will give you the revelation you need to step forward and take action where you need to. So until next time, thanks guys.
Last night, all I think about is you. Don't stop, baby, you come on. Sometimes all I think